Hi, this is John Lester, Director of Community Development at ReactionGrid, and we're going to talk about downloading the Jibe project kit and how to get started. If you go to jibemix.com/Jibe downloads and you enter in your ReactionGrid username and password, you can then download a copy of the current Jibe project kit. The most current version is always listed at the top here. You can see Jibe 142 for Unity 3. The other thing you should download is also the product manual. This is a great PDF. You can actually print it out. It's a really nice PDF with lots of information about Jibe, developers reference, and everything else. So the other thing you should download is, of course, the Unity 3D editor. And you can get that by going to unity3d.com and then just clicking on the download button here. And another resource that you should definitely check out, if you go to Google and you just search for Unity 3D Learning the Interface, the first link is this page at the top, which is on Unity 3D's website, which is a fantastic overview of the Unity 3D editor's interface. Definitely take a look at this because you're going to be spending your time in the Unity 3D editor because that is the program that you're going to be using to open the Jibe project kit. Now, once you've downloaded the Jibe project kit, you will get it as a zip file. And when you unzip the zip file, you will find a folder inside of it. And this folder, Jibe 142, is the Jibe project. A project is a folder. And you're going to open up this project, open up this folder with the Unity editor. If you double-click on the Unity editor, and once it starts loading on the PC, if you press the Alt key and hold it down, you can then tell the Unity editor to open a specific file. If you're on a Mac, you would press and hold down the Option key. So I'm going to double-click on the Unity editor and press and hold down the Alt key, because the Unity editor by default opens the last project you've worked on. And I want to open up this new project on the desktop. It's telling me here what are some recently opened projects, but I can actually select Open Other, and then actually go to the desktop and say I'm going to open up the Jibe 142 project kit. So this is a blank slate project. This is the Jibe world before you started adding anything to it. So I'm going to select the folder here. And Jibe is the project kit is going to be loaded. Now, the first time you open it, the Unity editor takes a little while to import everything to make sure everything is okay. But every subsequent time that you open your project, it will open it within a couple seconds. So we're going to do a little editing so that we don't have to wait in the video for this to advance. So the Unity editor has now opened up the Jibe project kit. Now, the Unity editor will always tell you two things at the very top. If you look here, the first thing it will always tell you is what scene is currently opened, and I'll explain what a scene is in a moment. And the second thing it tells you is the name of the project that's open. And remember, a project is a folder on your hard drive. And you can see we've opened up the Jibe 142 project kit. In the project window, all of these folders are open. It's probably a good idea to collapse them down like this. It's easier to see things. But we're going to collapse them all down except for the scenes window, the scenes folder, I mean. And in the scenes folder, you'll see 4 different scenes. Now, what are scenes? Scenes are basically rooms. Scenes are different virtual rooms in your virtual world. And at any point in time, the Unity editor has always one scene that you're currently looking at. It's kind of like a word processor, always has a document open, but you're only ever looking at a particular page. Same way with the Unity editor. Now, the Jibe basic scene, the way you load different scenes, you just double-click on them. I actually have already loaded the Jibe basic scene. This is your basic default world. This is your blank slate. Over here in this window, in the scene preview window, you see a 3D preview of your environment. You can actually fly your camera around. These other scenes, we're not going to worry about them at the moment, but the main scene that you're going to be editing is your Jibe basic scene. And in terms of how much land you have also, you have no hard limit in terms of how large your terrain can be. You can make your terrain really as large as you want it. You'll have to obviously try to optimize things to make sure that, if you have a very, very large terrain, that you don't have too many other complex objects in it. Now, to actually see how your world looks in terms of previewing it, you can always click the play button at the top here. When you click the play button, you're basically running a local version of your world. And you can see here, I'm actually logging into my Jibe world, and this is running locally. And here I can actually walk around in my environment and get a sense of what my space looks like. There's not much here right now, and in other videos we'll talk about how to edit the terrain to add mountains and how to add trees and how to import other things as well. And we'll also talk about how to edit your network settings, because that's something you have to do when you first set up your Jibe world. But for now, you can see that you have a blank slate and you have a lot of room to work in. And that's it for this video.